Welcome to another episode of the Texas Patriot Channel. My chickens say welcome as well. Today we're going to be talking about a spill-free feeder. This isn't my idea, it's something I got somewhere else, but I just wanted to share it with everybody, show everybody what I did and why and what we're trying to accomplish. So chickens are messy eaters. They just throw food everywhere. If you use crumbles, it's a big deal. I don't use crumbles because of what we're fixing to see under here right now. So I just have this in a regular bucket feeder that they eat out of, and I fed them just about an hour and a half ago, and we'll just take a look under there right now on the mess that they made with all the feed. So they got several pounds of feed here on the ground. Now I won't feed them again until all this feed is off the ground. If I come out here and their feed bucket's empty and there's food on the ground, I absolutely will not feed them as long as there's food on the ground. Now if it rains, the chickens are getting kind of interested here. Yeah, I see what you threw. There I don't really care because it's underneath. If it rains, it's not a big deal. And they'll eat it all off the ground. But if it was crumbles, it would just all go into the dirt and be wasted. That's why I feed pellets. So we're going to walk over and look at a fix for this, and then I'm going to show you how I made it. So we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We walked right over here to this other coop. This is our Bielefelder coop. You can see these beautiful birds right here. We love them. So this is a feeder that I made a while back for them. And this is what it looks like. And this top just pops right off. And I pour the feed in there, and they're able to eat it. And this has been with them since they were in the brooder, which we're going to go look at here in just a minute. So it goes on, this comes out. I can also carry it out if I want. And then they've got these holes in here that they stick their heads in, and they eat, and they can't throw pellets out everywhere. And literally zero waste with this feeder. So no problem there. And now we'll go look at how to make one, so we'll see you over there. Alright, so we're back over here again, and we're going to build another one of these, but I also wanted to share with you a not so good one. I mean, it still works fine, but if you'll notice right here, that's only about 1.5 inches right here where I drilled the holes. This is not up high enough. I have to feed this more often because I didn't get these holes up. Lesson learned, what can I say? I didn't do it on the other one. I have no idea why I did it on this one. And you'll notice that this box is a completely different size. I prefer that one. I prefer, you know, wider and longer and then shorter versus these taller ones that are smaller in width and length. But anyway, it still works for young chickens, and that's fine. Now I wouldn't use these for day-old chicks or even a week-old chick. I would use the regular little baby chick, day-old chick feeders. And they're going to waste some, of course, but once they get a couple weeks old, this is more than adequate. You just want to make sure, and I can tell you that when I first built this one, I used this right here, which is that's about 1.5 inches, I guess. Where's my tape measure? Thought I had a tape measure over here, but I guess not. Anyway, this is about 1.5 inches. I had this smaller hole that I use to drill for smaller chickens, because you know your week-old chickens will go right through that hole. You don't want that, so you want to use this for younger chickens. And then when they got bigger, I just drilled the holes out. So I'm probably gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet, but it's not really ideal because I put the holes down too low. So here's the next one we're gonna build right here. And what you're going to need for that is obviously a drill. It could be a cordless or electric. You're going to need a hole saw. This is 2 3/8 inches. And this is, you know, for more grown chickens. We'll show you the chickens we're going to be feeding with here shortly. And this is the hole that I built. And I just built this out of scrap, what I had laying around. It's no big deal. You just want to get it up off the ground so the chickens can walk up to it and stick their head in there without having to go down right here. So you just got to measure it to the width and length of this, and make sure you measure it in such a way that when you sit it in there, it's you know, it's tight. It's a tight fit. There you go. and it won't move. They won't knock it out, they won't lift it up, the whole 9 yards. So what I did was put a black marker all the way around after I had this built, so I would know where this is, and then I want to come up here and drill the holes up here. I don't know, one of the things that I saw on this is somebody went through and measured all this. I don't do that, I just eyeball it, because this ain't rocket science. So we're going to do that. Again, a hole saw 2 3/8, and when you do this, you want to do it in reverse. You want the hole saw going backwards. You actually want to melt this and not cut it. The reason for that is if you cut it, it will leave a jagged edge that the chickens can hurt themselves on. So you don't want to do that. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and just start eyeballing it. I'm going to get up here. And I do start out and forward just to get the drill bit part in. So there's a drill bit in there as a starter. And I do start going forward with that. Once it's started, I go in reverse. Okay? You're not in a hurry. You're not trying to push through this thing real quick. So just light pressure, medium pressure, and go. And it goes right out. And there you go. Hole number 1. Hole number 2. Okay. Again, I start out and forward. I don't want the lid back on because the ducks hold it. I think I'm just going to put 3 holes on each side. And I'll be able to get one more in. Okay, don't let them build, don't let the plastic things build up in here or you will have a big problem getting them out. Make sure they're always out. Alright, then you come over and do the sides, same thing. I'm going to put 2 over here. More here. So I start it forward, then I put the drill in reverse. Alright, 2 more holes and we'll be done with this. And there you go. Alright. So all these round things, you just go out, recycle, whatever you want to do with them. And take this and then clean it out. Because they'll eat anything. Pull these little slivers off around the edges. You know, spend some time, make sure you get it all cleaned up. Alright. Because we don't want our chickens eating this. So spend the time to do it right. Trying to hurry because I don't want to waste y'all's time on the video. But just make sure you take the time to get this right. And by the way, I think this box was $4 at the dollar store or whatever. So not very expensive at all. I don't have to put no PVC on here. You see those chicken feeders with PVC that's designed to stop this same thing? You don't need PVC things with this. So, if you're going to put this outside, you know, I do recommend putting it under something. Because even though this lid is over it, and it is farther than this, the wind can blow water in there and you don't want your chicken feed to get wet. So, I do recommend putting it under something. Alright. Alright, all cleaned up, ready to go. And we'll run a test on it and I'll show you what it looks like. Real easy, very, very cheap, and works great. I'm talking 0 feed loss since I started using these. So you'll notice that these holes are up higher than that, which is good because I'll be able to put more feed in here. So let's go on in. She's trying too hard not to move the camera. Come on. She's trying to be a good camera person. Alright. So, let me introduce you to my splash copper Marans, my splash Marans, and my black copper Marans, so we can get some blue copper Marans. These are beautiful, beautiful splashes. Very happy with them. Alright, so, to feed them, and this is the crumbles because I still have them on Chickstarter. Okay? Pour it in there. And you can only fill it up till it hits the, you know, the edges. And then come on down in here because you push it down till it's even with all the deals. And then what you do is take the little extra and put it in the center. And that will last them a good while. And that's it. And you just put it in the coop and they'll stick their heads in there in each of these holes and they'll eat it without spilling anything. And I've been using these now for a couple months easy. And when we went to this, before we went to this, there was Chickstarter all in the coops. I mean, I was wasting a third of my feed. It was terrible. So we went to these and it went literally to 0 waste. I'm not losing any feed. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. Real quick, one more time. Hole saw is what you're going to need depending on the size chick you're going to do. This is the 2 3/8. Okay, for that size hole, which is for the size chickens you saw in there. Those chickens are about 8 weeks old, roughly. So from 8-week-old on up, you can use the 2 3/8. For smaller, you know, for I don't know, 1 to 3, 1 to 4 weeks, go down to this 1.5-inch hole saw. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Texas Patriot out.